What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. Hey, just real quick, for those of you guys who have been emailing me, asking me in every YouTube comment as well, we should have BioGrow back in stock this week. Should have it back in stock. We have our own exclusive size coming too, because we're Tiger Fitness. That's just how we roll. We don't share size with anyone. We got our own size. No sloppy seconds in sizes. Now check it out. You know, I promised, I did a video on why I stay out of YouTube drama, and I'm gonna do this just to get people to stop asking me. Now, my son got bullied, okay? And I handled it, and so I understand why people see me as an anti-bully, and I really don't like bullies. I don't like people who make fun of people or take advantage of smaller people or those with mental disabilities or whatever. Anybody different or anybody at all, don't be a bully. And believe it or not, a lot of people made that correlation. Jason Genova had a video where he forgot to pick his trainer. I've never heard of the guy. Don't know who the hell he is. Frankly, after this video, I don't really care for him. He went and he said, you know, Jason, you've been doing this. You've been lying on your diet. I want you to admit something to the people. And Jason went up there and admitted on camera to using illegal steroids, which are against the law. And honestly, not that I think the DEA gives a fuck about Jason Genova and they're going to go raid his house. He pretty much was on camera admitting that he's in possession of illegal steroids, which is not a smart thing to do. For this trainer today, and I don't know what Jason's mental status is. I don't know if he's 100% normal. I don't know if anybody is. Hell, a lot of these YouTubers, you know what? I question their state of mind. But here's the thing is that Jason and I talked on the phone before. He called me for some advice, and I spoke to him. Jason also was asking me to do a collaboration with him earlier, and I politely declined because my schedule is just too busy. He offered to pay for my plane ticket, and I'm not Mitt Romney, but frankly, money for a plane ticket isn't the issue. The issue is my time. And while I'd love to do a collaboration or work out with Jason Genova, I'm not going to make a separate trip and miss my family and my office time to go hang out and train with the Sith Lord, or whatever he calls himself. I think he's great. I think he's a good kid. Now, this trainer, it looked like he forced him to do this by some, I don't know if it's because he's mentally stronger or what, but I thought it was a real douchebag move. I really did. I don't want to get involved in drama, and this guy's probably going to make a video about how I sell steroids and I have sex with sheep and goats. And other than the sex with sheep and goats, he's absolutely incorrect. I mean, so I'm just looking at it and I'm like, did he really just make this Jason kid do it? And everybody goes like, Jason this, Jason that, you need to come to his defense. I'm wondering where his parents are in this situation. I don't know if they have issues. I don't know if they're absentee. I know he did a video with his mom a while back, and my boy Aaron Singerman sponsored him for a little bit before he threatened to kill himself on Facebook. I know he's a full-grown adult. I believe he's in his late 20s. But when someone is of decreased wherewithal, whatever that reason may be, whether it's just because that's how he is or it's because he has some condition, it's his parents' job to watch him throughout his life. And I think no matter how old your child is, it's your job to look over them. And I plan on doing that for my kids, Cammie, Thomas, and Preston. So my opinion on that is that the trainer, Jason, if you're listening to me, Jason, I know you're going to watch this. Dump this motherfucker, man. What he did was fucked up. I wouldn't have watched the video, but literally I had dozens of fucking people send the same email. It was probably the same guy who registered for multiple Gmail accounts. Issue number 2. Big J and Low Carb Cory. Man, I don't want into this. Okay, all I'm going to say is that Low Carb Cory did a video saying how Big J makes people pay him to train with him. And he was rude and something like that and blah, blah, blah. And I watched about 2 to 3 minutes of it while pooping the other day because, again, 10 people emailed me about it because they know I'm boys with Big J. First of all, Big J is one of my best friends in the world. I'd fucking take a bullet for Big J, but just not in the chest. No, not in the chest. But, I mean, I would take a bullet for Big J in the chest, too. And I don't want any part of the situation. They're 2 full-grown men. You know, they can deal with it. They can fight it out. I don't think Big J gives a fuck. But let me put it this way. I've never paid anyone to train with them. I've trained with Ronnie. I've trained with Dorian. I've trained with a lot of other pros that I'm not going to mention now for fear of being called a name-dropping whore. But let me put it to you this way. that and the fact they train with Marc the fucking machine Lobliner. They're the ones that should be fucking dropping names, right? Let me put it this way. I've never paid anyone to train. I have no knowledge of Big J charging people to train. And Big J is the most giving, caring individual I know of. And I have talked to Cory on the phone multiple times. I like Cory. I don't know what the hell's going on, but I'm just going to say that both of them, they need to duke it out. My only opinion is Big J's a fucking great guy. I get along with Cory. I don't know where the misunderstanding was, but mud wrestling is the answer. And number 3, Chris Jones. I obviously hate Chris Jones and think he's an idiot from what everybody keeps saying. I've been getting emails and comments. I know, don't respond to the trolls when it's emailed to my Gmail account, because more than trolling, it means that somehow I am presenting myself into thinking that one of my best friends, one of my fucking boys, him and Vince, that I have any issue with them or that I'm insulting them. No. I did a video on entrepreneurs, and I swear to God, this is on my fucking Scout's honor. I get emails from multiple people. Chris Jones never emailed me on how to start a company. Chris Jones, bitches and hoes. You know how many YouTube channels talk about bitches and hoes? That was just a random fucking thing I said. Look, here's the deal. Chris Jones is supposedly coming out with a supplement. I own a retail store. Look at me in the eyes. Whatever Chris Jones comes out with, he has 120% of my support, not just as a person, as a friend, but I will put the full force of TigerFitness.com behind marketing, promoting, and selling the shit out of his brand, because I believe in Chris Jones. And Chris Jones is my friend, and he would do the same for me. That's it. I mean, there's very few times when you do a fucking training video with someone, you become friends with them outside of that. Van, for example, came over to my house for a barbecue out of nowhere. Because I posted on Facebook I'm having a barbecue. Van's one of my closest friends. You know, Clay and me met at the gym. Chris and I, it's like, hey dude, let's train together. And I have more respect in the world for Chris and Vince than you even know. So I did get offended when people accused me of attacking my man Chris. Because trust me, I would not attack Chris. And you're going to say, oh, it's because you're financially involved in him. Look, yeah, we do business together, and we'll continue to do business together. But at the end of the day, it didn't matter if he was fucking sponsored by another internet supplement company. Hell, Jerry Ward, man. He's sponsored by a competitor of mine, I think. Whatever those guys' names are, I forgot. But I don't care. We still talk. We email back and forth. And if I'm ever in the area, we're going to do a little collaboration together. It's a big world. It's a big market. We're all here. I just don't understand why every time I say something, I'm supposedly knocking someone else down. I'm not doing that. I guarantee you this, from this point on, and from this point to the past, I have never once attacked a YouTube channel, period. I mean, I never have. Even when I had my beef with, even when there that video up that I had to send a cease and desist to get taken down because it was libelous, I never, after I made a mistake at first, but after that was down, I never said anything bad about that said individual in passing or anything. Or I don't know how things are construed the way they are, but me saying that my channel is different and saying that other YouTube channels, that there are some people, not YouTube channels, I said people. Okay, random dudes are emailing me with these brand ideas and they don't know the single thing about running a business. I'm the supplement version of fucking Robert Irvine on Restaurant Impossible. I will tell you what the fuck is wrong, and I will tell you, probably not gonna tell you how to fix it, because unlike him, I'm not getting fucking paid to consult. If you're willing to throw down 20 to 50 G's, I'll gladly consult. But other than that, I ain't consulting with people unless I'm getting paid. So if someone emails me, I'm gonna tell them what's wrong with it, but I'm not gonna tell them how to fix it. I think that's fair. I tell them what's wrong with it. It's up to them to figure it out. And I kid you not, I've done this hundreds of times since the inception of this channel, and also before that when I owned another company. But trust me on this one, I am not fucking with Chris Jones. So in synopsis, in conclusion, number 1, Jason Genova, get rid of your trainer. What he did was wrong, forcing you to admit to illegal activity, and also just being a douchebag in the video. Number 2, Big J, Cory, mud wrestling, but I prefer jello wrestling so I can eat it off of you when you're done. And number 3, Chris Jones, my boy. Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com, because getting involved in YouTube drama, that's not a game.